Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. Please subscribe if you are new. So, we got some very concerning news in the Republic of Guatemala, who had their election yesterday, August 20th. They had their first round on June 25th, which showed uh, Sandra Torres leading against Bernardo Arevalo in the said first round. But suddenly, in 2 months' worth, unfortunately, Arevalo ended up taking the lead by a lot. I don't know what happened, but everything began to fall apart for Torres and the UNE, and eventually leading to the left-wing Samela to take over Guatemala. This is a huge shock because Guatemala has been a very conservative country for a very long time. It's rejected communism in the Guatemalan Civil War by a lot, being aided by NATO and very and the communists didn't really stand a chance in that little war. And ever since then, the Guatemalan government has been very, very careful to let secular interests into the country. However, left-wing groups beginning to smuggle in, and eventually, which led to the left-wing takeover. So let's see here. How did this even happen? Okay, so all right. So I guess there was the polls here. The polls did indicate that Samela was going to win, despite Torres's victory in the first round. You'll see. Okay, this is the first result, the final results. Well, I think this is the poll here. Samela won 60% of the popular vote. No, Samela, the political party, as we know. Arevalo won 60% of the popular vote, as we know. However, we have 64%, 62%, 53%. So yeah, it was pretty much all gone for the Guatemalan right when it comes to this. These charts don't even mean anything. They're just impossible to read. So here is our little results. So what happened and what went wrong? You'll say, okay, the right had some victory here, like the right-wing Vamos party managed to seize the chamber of Congress. They managed to win. Well, I mean, not a lot. I mean, you have a group of different parties, and all this was because of the split. So we have like Samela, they got in third place, 11% of the popular vote. Vamos won with 15%. National Unity of Hope, that was the party running against Samela. The Samela party that Torres was a part of, it is a centrist political party, a Christian democratic party that went downhill quickly. And yeah, you'll see all the interestingly liberal parties down on the bottom. I don't know if the Republican Party here is part of the liberal left, but we can see. But yeah, well, let's take a look at the voting history of Guatemala. So yeah, 60% for the left. That is a very good turnout for their cause here. In 2019, where this election was held last, you'll see President Alejandro Giammattei managed to win the election, coming from the far right Vamos party. 57% against the centrist National Unity of Hope. So yeah, you'll see, and that was a landslide too, very big landslide. The FCN is a right-wing political party here. They managed to win this election. 67% of the popular vote down in the urban areas. It seems more in the rural areas in Guatemala that's more liberal. The PP, I think that's a centrist party. You know, that's center right. Against the Leader Party, which is also a center right political party. So, yeah, overwhelmingly, throughout the years, Guatemala has been a big conservative hotspot. So what went wrong? Well, I think a lot has happened in 2019, from the COVID pandemic to inflation. A lot has happened in Guatemala, and let's see if this article talks about anything. Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't so bad for the Vamos party, for the right. I mean, let's be honest, the right wasn't even on the ticket. Uh, you'll see. I mean, if maybe, I don't think. Sure. Oh, yes. President Gayamati, he couldn't run. So they serve only one term. One term in Guatemala. Here, only one term, like Virginia. So he was constitutionally prohibited from seeking re-election as president of Guatemala. Ultimately, yeah, Samila won't be running for re-election. He will be constitutionally barred. So, yes. So, what are your thoughts here? Ultimately, we have the Ecuadorian election. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Guatemala. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Let's take a look at. I think they have their elections every 2 years. But yeah, to be determined. Close rate. Well, I mean, let's see here. This election is basically left wing altogether. I mean, we have two candidates on the ticket are both from left wing political parties. This guy is supposedly more center. This gal here is more radical. And guess what? I guess there's going to be a second round on October 15th. So, yeah, I think it will be determined. Yes, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. And ultimately taking a look at the said main election in October. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next political episode.